Hey guys, welcome back to some of my favorite days. My name is Corey. If you're new here, I have a small little homestead on 9 acres with 4 kids ranging from adult down to 4 years old in a little tiny town in Montana. And this week's video, we are making sure nothing goes to waste with this small little batch of broth I made that then gets turned into dog food, and taking advantage of deals and reduced veggies again this week. We are trying to find projects to keep us from going stir crazy in Montana spring. Because of the zone we live in, our spring is really late into the year, and I have to find myself some things to keep me from going crazy. So we got a big batch of reduced strawberries that I'm going to make into a jam in this video. And then we had some spring cleaning outside. I made a quiche out of leftovers and all the eggs that we are getting now. I made a potato soup this week from some reduced veggies that we brought in. I made a ham and bean soup from some leftovers, and then I ended up turning leftovers into a chili again. So come along with us this week and see what kind of stuff we can get ourselves into. We got these 2 flats at the store. They have some mold in them, but they are organic. We got them for 99 cents a piece. I'm gonna go ahead and go through them all, cut up any ones that are bad, get rid of the mold out of them, and freeze them, and then I can process them whenever I'm ready. Okay, we did a little haul today. We spent $88.80, which is pretty big for me, but it's because I bought these. They're expensive, and I'm just starting out, so I have to get new ones. But we got milk, which is also expensive, and the reason I went is to get more of these strawberries. They are organic and moldy, but I did this much yesterday, processed through them, and we had 2.5 gallon bags of good organic strawberries for $16, and I decided it was worth going through the effort to do more, so I spent another $16, and I'm going to process through these today. These are also expensive, but my 4-year-old wanted them, so I went ahead and splurged on them. I got some pie crust. I'm going to make a quiche for lunch this afternoon with leftovers. I was out of salt, so here's just a little salt grinder. I'm craving salads and greens, so there's that. Of course, bananas. I was out of dog food rice, and so I grabbed another 20-pound bag. And then these were on sale for 89 cents a can. My husband likes to use them in his chilies. So I stocked up on a case of those, and I'm gonna put those up in the cupboard. Not very much, but when you realize it's all going to multiple stock ups, I guess it's worth it. husband brought home a bunch of reduced veggies again, so I just figured I'd show you guys what he brought. Another bag of mushrooms for $1. Some red potatoes, celery, a couple bags of peppers, more potatoes, a couple salad mixes, and a head of cauliflower. Now I gotta put it to use. Okay, I pulled everything out of here in order to rotate all the potatoes that we got, and then even though we're coming up on a year of me filming, I still forget every single day to film the stuff that I'm doing, so I threw up the camera real quick. I still have a squash in there that needs to get used up, so I'm gonna pull that out. And I got these 10-pound potatoes for like less than $2 on deal. Even though we have so many potatoes, I still made sure to grab them. And then my husband brought home these. I just showed you guys in that little veggie haul that he brought home. So I'm gonna rotate those out too. That one's bad, it needs to get used up. And then when I pulled these out, I noticed these russets were the ones that needed to get used up the quickest. So I'm just gonna look through these as I put them back in, make sure that I'm using up anything that needs to get used up right away. These were down in the bottom of the bin. That's why I pulled them all out before I dumped in the new ones, so I can make sure they get used. And then we have a bunch of onions still. Make it work. We'll use these up too since they don't want to fit in there. So now I have this little pile of stuff that I need to focus on for like today and tomorrow. And then I'm actually going to cook up this reduced cauliflower. I'm gonna steam it and make it some cheesy cauliflower to snack on today. We went through the freezer and decided to make some super smoothies. Out cutting down some trees, so I'm gonna go out and sweep the shop while he's got the four-wheeler out of there, and I need to fill up the rice for the dog food while I'm out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do all that at the same time this morning. so I steamed up that cauliflower and made cheesy cauliflower, and I've got that left over. And I cut up all those old potatoes that needed to get used up and an onion. So I'm going to use the chicken broth I made and make a cauliflower potato cheesy soup for tonight. And then over here, I soaked beans last night. I have ham left over from Easter. We're done making sandwiches and things out of it, so I'm gonna make some ham and bean soup in the crock pot. Here is the dill I grew. I'm gonna go through it and clean it up and break it down and see if I can get it to fit into this jar. Today I'm gonna continue working on the strawberry jam, and I'm heating up the leftover ham and bean soup. I am going to puree down a bunch of these reduced vegetables and cook up the rest of the leftover grass-fed beef from last night and make a chili for today.